Hello, I'm Anthony.
And I am Joyce.
We want to really demonstrate something that a product that we're really proud of, that we didn't know it existed until recently. My wife, Joyce, has been a diabetic for probably 43 years, and she's always been pricking herself. And let me say that she have done well in 40 some years as a diabetic. And I cannot imagine if I was one that I could really go through what she went through and make it look easy. But here's something that we want to share that we think have made her life a lot more pleasant. And hopefully it's something that you're diabetic you will consider.
Well, you must consider this. As my husband Anthony said earlier, I've been a diabetic for over 40 years, and I have pricked these fingers up to at least 5 times a day to find out exactly where my blood sugar is. And you know, if you're type 1, you can be all over the place, up, down, and everything in between. This FreeStyle Libre has been a wonderful, wonderful time saver, no pricking. I cannot express to let you know how much I just absolutely love this little gadget here. My husband also loves it, and we're gonna demonstrate how simple it is to put on.
Yeah, this 14-day FreeStyle Libre, it is a freedom from pricking. We've been using it for about 1 month now, and I cannot tell you how easy to be able to determine her blood sugar by simply scanning her arm. And normally she would have to prick herself and get a blood reading to determine whether her pressure is high, blood sugar is high or low. With the FreeStyle Libre 14-day, she can now, and I often do it myself, when I go to bed, scan it. Sometimes when I get at night to use the
All the
restroom,
time.
I scan her to just kind of see where she's staying. So what happens when you've been a diabetic for many years, sometimes you can be sleeping and your blood sugar go low and you don't know it, and it can put you in a very serious state. Since we've been using this FreeStyle Libre, we have not had any low blood critical conditions that we wasn't able to detect before it's too late.
Right away.
Yes.
Right away.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how easy it is to open the box, to put the FreeStyle Libre on, and how it's able to read and detect your blood sugar level. And it lasts for 14 days, and you can take it, do the scanning anytime. It's non-invasive, so you don't worry about the needle feel being pricked every time that happens. So I think normally on a typical day without this FreeStyle Libre, she could prick herself in between 5 and 10 times a day in the finger just to find out what her blood sugar count is. With this here, 14-day, 1 patch, and you're good.
Now let me say this. Some of you all may say, why is she pricking herself so much? Because the reason why I have to prick so much, because if you have had diabetes as long as I have had it, you're not as sensitive to the signs that you normally get, like the jitteriness, where your mouth become numb and you just feel like you're just at a very low fainting stage. You don't get that. Let me tell you something. I don't know that my blood sugar is low until it's about 30, 35. That's when I get the symptoms, and actually it's just too late then. And you need to have something right away. Now I can be anywhere at the beach, at a restaurant, and like you said, in bed sleeping, where we just run it over my arms and it tells me where I am. And it also has an arrow to tell you whether or not it's going up or going down, or it's sort of stable. And that's a good indication also. So we're gonna go ahead on and get right to it where actually we're gonna do my right arm. We've been doing my left arm. This is actually my third one. Now the first one I used, they tell you that it really stays on very good, but I have a tendency bumping into things. And I was coming out a door and I bumped into the door and it came off. So now I use a Band-Aid to cover it up, but he got me some tape this time. So we're gonna try it with the tape. So here we go.
First thing we do, I should notice I did open the sensor tub here, throw it off. And of course, this here is the application, which you use to apply the sensor. But before we do that, we need to prep her arm, which is simply applying alcohol to clean the area before we actually apply the Libre.
And sometimes, since now that I use a Band-Aid, and also I'm gonna try the tape that he purchased, I normally shave that arm because when I take it off, the hair, the adhesive normally does not adhere to the hair. That makes it a little bit harder to, a little painful to come off because of the hair that's on my arm. But trust me, there is no pain whatsoever with it going on or coming off.
Now, simply when I do the application here, I just insert the top portion until the bottom base of the tub and
let them see my arm.
click it in. You don't have to turn anything and just pull it up. Now it's in here.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
What I would do now is simply, it's not gonna hurt. Now it's on her arm. See that?
It's like a love push.
Yeah, it's that's simple. There was no pain. And it's the thing that I found amazing, that it's a great value that this product, I mean, if you didn't have insurance, in my opinion, it'd be worth finding a way to pay for it as opposed to pricking yourself many times a day.
Absolutely.
So I'm just put this tape over here. And this is something new we're trying. So I'm also put it in another direction as well. This tape is a breathable tape. It's a fabric, so it should be good as far as being able to give her arm the ability to still have air.
And also I found out that since I bump into everything, seems like, I found that if he put it closer to, more so to the back of my arm, then that's better, because at first he had it really pretty much in this area, in the side of my arm. So, and it's still easy for me to read. And what I love about it, even with the little monitor that I read it with, you can also program your phone. And I think you need to have an iPhone.
Now you have an iPhone, Android. Just go to the App Store, whatever phone you have, Android or iPhone.
Okay.
And there's an application for the FreeStyle Libre that you can upload. And when you do that, you're able to use your phone as a scanner, as well as the sensor device. Now, there's a sensor device that we should have somewhere right here.
Okay, I'm gonna run get it.
So you can go get the sensor device, and it comes with the FreeStyle Libre. And with that device, obviously, once you first install or first insert the patch on your arm, you go ahead and register that the new sensor of the new patch, and the sensor will recognize that patch, and for maybe within the next hour, it would be able to read whatever the indications are for your blood sugar.
Okay.
So here we go
Get
now.
a program.
This is the unit. It's very light, very easy, and also give you a history of your blood sugar as well. They tell you a log of what it's been the past week, 2 weeks, or even the past for 1 day. So you get a chance to know what the trainings are for your blood sugar. But just as important though, you can notate certain information about what you ate your exercising or your
Has
movement
a
level.
daily log for you.
Daily log, so you know what you're doing. So now we simply say start new sensor. It's already recognized that it's a new sensor, okay? So I hit that, and now I need to scan the sensor. I did, and it say here, say the new sensor is starting up. Sensor can be used in 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes is able to register. Now, if you're not, when you first start using this sensor, you want to kind of make sure that the sensor is, I would say, coincide with your actual blood sugar count. So you may want to prick yourself maybe for the first day or so to kind of see how well the sensor coincide with your actual reading from your manual blood sugar count. So it's not a way of really, they don't really go together per se, but you want to make sure that you are synchronizing the true number the name I'm trying to think of, synchronize. You want to make sure that the actual blood sugar that you're measuring with your old pricking way is pretty accurate to what you have with the sensor. Well, we found that the first time we used it was probably off maybe 10, 15 points. And as the time went by, with the next few days, it got within maybe a couple of points close. So, I mean, it's amazing how
Guys,
well.
I just have to stop. I love this guy. You know, he's talking as though he's the diabetic, but he's just in there with me every step of the way. And I think I love it more for him because he's the one who really has to, if there's a problem, go through it. And that's why I love it, because it gives him reassurance, confidence that wherever I am, he can just scan me and know exactly where I am, especially when I am not that sensitive to my lows, because that's when you're in trouble. You want to keep it balanced anyway, but sometimes, you know, being a type 1, that is very difficult to do. But I just love it that it gives him the confidence and the reassurance that he can check me anytime he wants to. And for me, it is so worth it. I just love this baby. And it's just as easy as 1, 2, 3. And I just implore you all, if you are a type 1, a type 2, it is so worth it. And there's no embarrassment about getting out your pricks and your little strip that you have to use to check yourself. Let me run to the bathroom. Some of you may be free to do it wherever you are, but just to scan your arm, to know where you are, and to let you know what you have to do to get yourself back on track. And I just love him for the way that he's just all into it. But he has have encouraged me to take good care of myself. And I want you all to take out time to go get this, have your doctor to prescribe this to you. Now, let me say this to you. During this coronavirus, sometimes my doctors are very hard to get in touch with because they're so busy tending to other things. But what I did, I actually called my doctor's office, but I asked to speak to the young man that's over the insurance. And I asked him to refill to get me a prescription for my refills on this. So that was more easier. He took care within a day. But it's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
And that's the thing that amazing though. This product, it not only does it save you, I guess, the agony of pricking yourself to find out what your sugar count is, but it also is probably more economical than buying the strips and be able to have those strips and be able to prick yourself with a small needle to do that. But it goes beyond that. This gives you abundance of information that you can share with your healthcare provider. it also, I think, is just as important. When you prick yourself, it's like a picture. It's a still picture of what happened during that particular time. With this device here, it's a close thing to a video camera. It can show you where you're going, where your sugar is going, whether it's going up, whether it's going down, or it's stable. So you can scan it, and your sugar is going up. It shows you an up arrow that, hey, that you need to be careful because it's still rising. So you need to take precaution, whether you need to drink some juice, if it's low, of course, drink some juice to bring it up. Or if it's going high, you need to do what it takes to be able to take the right medicine to bring it down. So, like I said, it's the closest thing I can think of to a video camera as far as where the future is heading with your diabetic glucose number. So, I encourage you, if you're looking for something that would be less of a headache than in pricking yourself. And this
And
lady,
it's just intrusive.
she had pricked herself for 40 plus years.
Yes.
And this is a godsend here. So we are not per se endorsing this, but we believe in it so strongly that we think that there's something better. I'd like to know about it.
Yeah. Well, actually, there is another one that's coming out. I don't have a lot of information on it, but I will be getting that. And it's where that it alerts you when your sugar is up or too high or too low, you know, just like that and all. But like this here, even if they wasn't coming out with anything newer, this to me is just, I mean, I don't have the words to say how much I love it, you know, more so for myself and for my husband, because like I repeat, it just gives him the confidence that he needs to know to have that I'm okay.
It's a security, believe me.
Yes, a security
with just
blanket.
a scan, you can find out where the sugar is, not only where it's at now, but where it's heading. It gives you the information to make a good decision for your health care. So for her, for me, we thank the company, whoever, I think it's the company that produced this particular product. We know that it's been a true blessing for us. And we hope that if you are not using something of that nature, that you can find to be a true blessing for you as well.
Absolutely. And during this area that we're going through, this coronavirus, we just want to say that we're praying for our country. We're hoping that everyone is safe, that they remain safe. And those of you who have lost loved ones and friends and family, and those of you who may be going through the coronavirus, we send our much love out to all of you all. And let's keep safe. Make sure that you check on your elderly and whomever that you may think may need some help. But first of all, keep yourself safe. And much love to each and every one of you all out there.
It's truly enough. Thank you. And we hope that this video will be beneficial for you and your loved one. But the 14-day FreeStyle Libre is a great product, and we thoroughly have enjoyed it for the last month. When something new comes along, we definitely hope to share that to you as well. Take care.